Germany says it committed genocide in Namibia during colonial rule. Offers $1.34 billion reparations.
Here's a summary of the article.
German colonial settlers killed tens of thousands of indigenous Hero and Nama people in 1904 to 1908 massacres, labeled the first genocide of the 20th century by historians, poisoning relations between Namibia and Germany for years. Berlin, Germany. Germany for the first time on Friday recognized it had committed genocide in Namibia during its colonial occupation, with Berlin promising financial support worth more than €1 billion to aid projects in the African nation. In light of the historical and moral responsibility of Germany, we will ask forgiveness from Namibia and the victims' descendants for the atrocities committed, Maas said. Rebellion, reprisal. Namibia was called German Southwest Africa during Berlin's 1884 to 1915 rule, and then fell under South African rule for 75 years, before finally gaining independence in 1990. The atrocities committed during colonization have poisoned relations between Berlin and Windhoek for years. In August last year, Namibia said that Germany's offered reparations were unacceptable. In an effort to ease reconciliation, in 2018 Germany returned the bones of members of the Hero and Nama tribes, with the then Foreign Minister Michel Muentefering asking for forgiveness from the bottom of my heart.
This post received a score of 48,000, with an upvote ratio of 89%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Germany seems committed to this, and this conversation has been going on for many, many years. Germany wants to put this money in development, projects and infrastructure. By many, many years, I mean 20 to 30 years of consultations between Namibia and Germany. Second edit. Germany says no to cash. The government wants cash. The individual tribes say pay the individuals.
So would you say this is overall viewed positively by Namibians? I've read in German news that some criticize the way it's handled, but they didn't go into much detail.
Namibian here too. The genocide was directed at two specific native tribes, both of which are not the majority, dominant tribe that has control over the government. The two victim tribes don't trust the government to handle the money because the government is notoriously corrupt and tribalistic, according to the views of the other tribes. The two tribes prefer the money to go directly to them and not to the government who they don't trust. Overall, it's a good step, just the way it will be implemented leaves room for corruption.
I see, thank you. From what I understand, Germany is not giving a check to the Namibian government, they're going to invest the money over a 30-year period in projects benefiting the Hero and Nama. Admittedly, this still will leave some room for corruption.
That's the dream as I understand. But corruption is rife here, with extreme racism between tribes. It's been proven over and over again that giving cash to anyone simply pushing corruption further. Even using local contractors is pretty much pointless. It keeps the money in the country, but away from the people who desperately need it. Contractors push prices through the roof, tribal leaders need levies, rather bribes, to be paid, while the vast majority are left to gather rocks in the dust.
Corruption really is the worst disease for societies.
Wow, you can never give back lost lives, or bloodlines, but showing some accountability is rare and admirable.
I had no idea that Germany even did anything there. Not kidding. I mean, how many times have you seen it mentioned amidst British, Belgian or French colonial crimes? I can answer how many times I've seen in it. 0 times.
Germany was late to the colonial game, on account of not existing as a unified country until 1871, and just didn't have as much space and time to commit atrocities in as other countries.
They came out of the gates pretty hot there in the first half of the 1900s, though. Definitely making up for lost time.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.